Hello everyone, welcome to another video. My name is Kemal AA and this is another Chelsea news daily video where I'll keep you guys up to date with all the latest Chelsea transfer news and some Champions League news as well. Keeping you guys up to date with all the latest news and some news in regards to Tammy Abraham, his suitors, many clubs after his signature. We'll be delving into the Athletic report on Tammy Abraham and some other various Chelsea news, but the biggest story of the day is the Champions League final. It's no longer going to be held in Istanbul. I'll be delving into all of the details. Could be good news, could be bad news. We'll delve into it. But before I do, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and comment down below your thoughts, opinions in the comment section below. But without further ado, let's get straight into this news daily video for you guys. Now, starting off with the biggest news story, and it is the Champions League final. Now, we know the Champions League final will be taking place on the 29th of May in under 3 weeks' time, end of this month. And we're all excited. It's going to be nerve-wracking. It's going to be massive. Our biggest game in nearly a decade. It's going to be huge. But, of course, we need to find out what's happening with the COVID protocols and regulations. Now, initially, the Champions League final was going to be held in Istanbul in Turkey. And then we're going to essentially fly fans out there. However, with Turkey's situation with COVID, I've got some family out there and it's pretty bad. Turkey is now officially on the UK red list. So essentially no tourists can fly out of Turkey at this moment in time. They're currently in national lockdown. So it's ultimately impossible for fans to fly out there to Istanbul to essentially purchase a ticket to attend the game and then fly back to the UK in time. It's simply not possible, and as a result UEFA has to find a new venue for the Champions League final, and Wembley is the favourites to replace it, which is massive news. Now, delving into the article, there are hopes are growing that Wembley will host the Champions League final on the 29th of May, with crunch talks ongoing today. The government has 24 to 48 hours to convince UEFA to move the all-English final away from Turkey. Now, there are some complications with this. Initially, during that weekend, that was the playoff final, the Championship playoff final, that was going to take place between, essentially, it hasn't been revealed who's going to be the playoff final, but the playoff final is going to be that weekend. So they clash. You can't have the Champions League final and the playoff final at the same stadium on the same weekend. And the Champions League final will be held in Wembley. The playoff final will be postponed to a further date. The Champions League final will remain at 29th of May. Now, no matter what happens, the Champions League final will 100% be on the 29th of May. So if it is held in Wembley, that ultimately means that the playoff final is going to get postponed or pushed back. Now, my thoughts, opinions on this, I think it's massive. It makes perfect sense in regards to people's well-being and health. It makes sense in terms of COVID regulations and protocols. Fans will have to fly out, risk spreading the virus. Of course, we are still in a pandemic. England are in a very good situation. We can attend fans. Fans are going to be at the FA Cup final at Wembley. Fans are going to be returning for the last two fixtures of Premier League, so it makes perfect sense. Two English teams, it makes sense to have it in their own country. Man City don't have to fly out. Chelsea don't have to fly out. I think it makes perfect sense. I think that if UEFA allowed this, it's not been confirmed, but if these crunch talks are held and it is allowed that, and it is confirmed that the UEFA Champions League final will be held in Wembley, then in my personal opinion, I think that is absolutely amazing. It's fabulous news. Again, some more news on it from politics. The government will hold crunch talks in the next 24 to 40 hours. The EFL is prepared to move its playoff games to alternative venues or different dates. Again, some big news on that. Some at UEFA have wondered whether the placing of the UK onto the red list was a tactical move by the UK government as part of a plan to see the Champions League final move to London. Of course, there are some politics involved. Yes, in football, because of business, finance and money, there is going to be politics involved. Politics essentially is a game. It's always been a game, and it is a smart business decision from England, from the UK government, because essentially by having Turkey on the red list, by having two English teams in the Champions League final, you're forcing UEFA's hand to move it to Wembley, so the revenue ultimately is going to be circulating in the British economy rather than the Turkish economy. So it makes perfect sense. So possibly, I wouldn't be surprised myself. Now, again, from I think, as I said, it's perfect news. I think it's really good. We've already played Man City at Wembley in the semis of the FA Cup. We already dismantled and dispatched them. And again, I'm looking forward to it. Am I nervous for the game? Of course I'm nervous. But we are in a Champions League final. Anything is possible. Are we going to do the three-peat against City this season? We beat them in the FA Cup semi. We just beat them last weekend away at the Etihad in the Premier League, which was a must-win game for Chelsea. Can we do it 3 times in a row? I believe we can. Thomas Tuchel, anything's possible. World-class manager, my manager, tactical masterclasses. We have the squad and the quality to produce that against Man City. People are going to sit here and say, oh, it was Man City's B team, but People are also forgetting Chelsea made changes. There was no Kai Havertz, there was no Thiago Silva, there was no Mason Mount, there was no Ben Chilwell, there was no Mateo Kovacic. I've named you 5 players there. 5 players, no Jorginho. There you go. That's more than half of our first team haven't played against in the FA Cup semi or in the Premier League. Jorginho came on against City on the weekend, but he came on for the last 10 minutes. Billy Gilmore was playing the whole game. So for me, this excuse they're using, this narrative they're trying to push, for me, it's false. Chelsea also made changes. At the end of the day, it's going to be a massive game on the Champions League final, and whoever plays better will win. Is essentially that. It is going to be a massive tactical chess game. 2 world-class managers, 2 titans coming up against each other, 2 of the best squads in Europe coming against each other in the home country at Wembley. It's going to be massive with fans allowed. Like I said, it's going to be huge. I'm really happy to see fans there as well. It's going to build that atmosphere before the game and during the game as well, and it's huge. Now moving on to some transfer news, and it is in regards to Tammy Abraham. This was broken by The Athletic, and they're stating that West Ham will make an attempt to sign Tammy Abraham on loan this summer after Chelsea put a £40 million price tag on the forward. West Ham are hoping no club will be prepared to match Chelsea's asking price. Aston Villa, Leicester City and Newcastle United have all been linked, but the £40 million fee is thought to be out of reach for all of them as well. And again, we know Tammy Abraham is heading out the door. He's not been favoured by Tuchel. He doesn't fit Tuchel's style of play, which is understandable. He hasn't been getting a sufficient game time. And if you think about it from Tammy Abraham's perspective, he's 22 years of age, he's still young, he's still developing. He needs a sufficient game time for him to develop as a player. So for me, the right decision for him, the right decision for Chelsea in terms of finances, but the right decision for Tammy Abraham in terms of his career is he needs to move. He needs to be sold. And I think Leicester or West Ham is a perfect club for him. Now, some are going to say West Ham is not good enough for him. I think Leicester City is a good level for him. Again, Jamie Vardy's 33, turning 34. He's on the decline now. You've got Iheanacho. Tammy Abraham can compete with the likes of Iheanacho. So for me, I think Tammy Abraham would suit well in Leicester City. I think that he suits Brendan Rodgers', counter-attacking style of system. He's got good link-up play. He's tall. He's relatively physical. He's Premier League proven. He's still young, so he can develop his game as well. As I said, he can link up with the front line of Leicester. But it all depends on the price tag here. Do you guys think the £40 million is a bit too extreme, a bit too steep for these clubs? Do you think that he's worth a bit less? Personally, I think 30 to 35 is a fair valuation for Tammy Abraham, especially he's Premier League proven, he's young, he's got England caps as well. I personally believe that 30 to 35, 40 might be too much, but as has already been confirmed, West Ham can't afford that price tag. It really depends on if they secure Champions League football, in my personal opinion, and if they sell Declan Rice. If they sell Declan Rice for £80, £90 million, they're going to raise the finances to pursue a deal like this. Don't forget, they're going to want to make Jesse Lingard on a permanent deal as well. And if they secure Champions League football, they're going to get that extra Champions League revenue on top of that. So they may have the funds to buy Tammy, but as it stands, they can only afford a loan. And again, can Leicester afford the Tammy Abraham £40 million price tag? It has been confirmed that Leicester are on the verge of signing Babakar Soumaré from Lille. Again, a top player. What a shrewd piece of business from Leicester City. And I love how they recruit. Their recruitment system, their scouting system is perfect. Really good, and they're on the rise as a football club. I think Soumaré is a fantastic signing. It's someone that I would have loved to see at Chelsea. I think that he suits Leicester. They need that type of midfielder, that ball-playing midfielder who can essentially, on the half-turn, receive the ball in the spaces, link up the play. He's got the diagonal switches. He's fantastic on the ball. He's quick. He's athletic. I honestly believe Soumaré will be a fantastic piece of business for Leicester City. Again, will they have the funds to sign Tammy Abraham? That will still remain to be seen. If there's any updates on the situation, of course, I will be posting it on this channel, so stay tuned. Hit the bell notification, subscribe to my channel. But that is me wrapping up the news daily. Interesting. It is interesting. What do you guys think about the Champions League final being held at Wembley? Are you happy about this? Are you unhappy? Remember, Pep has never lost a final at Wembley. So let me just say that right now. It's not good, but of course it's the first time for everything. So I believe in my team. I believe in Thomas Tuchel. And let's see. But if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and I'll see all of you guys for my next video. Peace.